Our youth now, if you look on the streets, you'll see that our youth are being failed by the system. And that's because the criteria that they have is not really catering for us. Heads, if we had the financial clout, we'd actually be homeschooling the children. Unfortunately, a lot of us don't have the qualifications to do that. And because we don't have the qualifications to do that, we're left to leave our children in the school. So therefore, if that's the case, that means that the parents have to show more interest in the schooling of their children. Because oftentimes the children are just left, they're not being monitored, and they're not being taught by their parents. We're supposed to be checking all their homework and looking into, every little detail as to what's actually taking place with our children in the school. Now, if we have one teacher teaching 30 to 40 children, we can't expect that teacher to teach the child everything. It's very imperative that the parents show a deeper involvement in the education of our children in the schools. You can't teach one system and teach 30 children the same way, because you have different intellect levels. And if you have different intellect levels, you have different learning levels, which means you have different needs. And if you have different needs, that means children need different things. That means they're going to need different teaching styles. Why do you think our children are underachieving?
Well, don't you think a lot of the parents, they're so tied up with work and tied up with other things that even though they want to teach their children?
That's so funny you're saying it, because I was thinking that is a reality. Parents are tied up.
There's a lot of people our age group, the Windrush children, the first generation over here, who missed out on education through the things we're talking about, being kicked out. So a lot of them now are trying to re-educate themselves, and they've got children because they want qualifications. And in that scenario now, they end up leaving their children back in the same hands that destroyed them.
That's right. That's why we have to address, as you said, the points that you just made, we have to address those things and actually deal with scenarios like that. For me personally, I would suggest for, let's say the first generation parents that you spoke about, I would suggest them to read an author called Amos Wilson. Amos Wilson, for me personally, is a very potent writer when it comes to the education of children. He's got a book called Awakening the Natural Genius of Black Children.
We'd like to see that book, actually.
Yeah, sure.
But actually, we don't have that actual book here on sale at this point in time. What we do have is motivating and preparing black youth for success. It's not just about child education per se, it's about what we show the youth. We have Black Fatherhood. As you can see, this is a black cultural bookstore, which is here for the motivation and elevation of not only children, but parents and adults, male and female. So you can look around and see a worldwide wealth of information. We have also the great scholar and teacher Malachi Z. York here. So, my friend, this is 25 Brixton Station Road, in the heart of Brixton, in the heart of the so-called ghetto, or one of the many so-called ghettos. As it is TV.